Hi, and welcome to this episode of Underground Video Network's Behind the Counter. In this episode, we're going to be talking about the trailer that is on the lips of every geek across the country and across the world right now, so stay tuned. Hi, and welcome to this episode of Behind the Counter. We are your hosts. I am Michael Boroff.
I'm Richard Karajan.
And we are here to talk about one of the most incredible trailers to hit the internet in decades.
It could be controversial.
And quite controversial. We are, of course, talking about the Ghostbusters reboot trailer that, as of filming this right now, just released yesterday. So, not even 24 hours. Richard,
24 million views.
24 million views. That means there was 1 million views an hour since it released till now. Now, Ghostbusters is a franchise that many of us have grown up with. It was one of the first movies I can remember going to the theater to see with my father. So when we give our critique, it's coming from the heart.
I was in college the first time.
So I got to ask Richard, the new reboot, which stars an all-female cast, starring Kristen Wiig, Melissa McCarthy, Kate McKinnon, and Leslie Jones, who first of all, what did you think?
It was reminiscent of the first movie.
Yes.
Which was kind of nice, and I see where some people are kind of digressing on that.
Right.
Because that's some of the points that they're not liking.
Yeah.
So, but it is technically a reboot.
Yes.
Not a sequel.
Right.
I know a lot of people want a sequel, but I think it also is a sequel.
Yeah, it would. I like the idea of it being a reboot, and I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of the controversy was that it was an all-female cast. You know what? I don't care. You know what I do care about? Is those are four of the funniest women to grace the screens in years. All four of them are just on their own hilarious, and that is the first thing I asked for. Would be the first thing I'd ask for in a Ghostbusters reboot, because the original Ghostbusters,
It was just perfect.
it was just perfect. They were all comedians. Even Ernie Hudson, who himself wasn't a comedic actor, but his part didn't require it to be,
No, but it worked. It
worked. He was the level-headed voice, and to see these four women who are just hilarious bring their take to it, I walked away from the trailer very hopeful and very looking forward to seeing the movie. Like you said, though, there is a lot of controversy. It is considered a reboot, but a lot of the things that we're hearing people complain about is it's almost too much of a reboot.
It's almost a word for word.
They've already, like we said, I'm just going to go on record as saying, as I enjoy the trailer, I am very looking forward to seeing the movie. I see where the comparison draws, because there's already people that have done side-by-side video comparisons. Library Ghost. Library Ghost.
Hearse.
But in their defense, though, man, you cannot have a Ghostbusters movie without that automobile. And that's got to be a hearse, and it's got to be a Cadillac. And I like the fact that that's what Leslie says. It's a Cadillac. It's got to be a Cadillac. I like the tone and the feel of it. I'll tell you one thing that really surprised me about the trailer was everybody, when they saw the cast, kind of had the mental projection of, oh, she's the Peter, she's the Ray, she's the Winston. Seeing them actually in action kind of threw that all off.
Yeah.
Because I think everybody had Kristen Wiig pegged for the Peter Venkman character, but
Nah, I think they're their own characters.
Yes.
I hope.
Yes.
At least that's how I get the feel of it. Because, it looks like two of them maybe, because they said all four are scientists, So,
Yeah.
No, that was the original guys, they said that.
Yeah.
So that kind of,
there's
30
already
years, because there was references. So is it a sequel or is it a reboot? Because there was 30 years later, after the saving of New York.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Another nod that I do like that they did was that they're back in the firehouse.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? If you're going to do a reboot, it's kind of like the same complaint people had with The Force Awakens. Oh, it's so much like A New Hope. They didn't do anything creative. You know what? Bite me. They did it because it's what worked, and you're playing to a new generation. And for me, I like what I see. And from what I've seen, I like for the next generation. I like for this generation of
And I
fans.
hope it works. And I hope they can keep going. Because
Yes.
they're talking about even sequels already.
Yeah.
Already.
as long as they take a note from Ghostbusters 2. We'll go ahead and make the Ghostbusters first one a reboot of Ghostbusters. Let's come up with something else for Ghostbusters 2. So, all in all, I gotta say that I've watched it a couple times. I watched it on the phone. I watched it on a computer. I got a chance to watch it on Hulu on the big screen.
1,500.
Yeah, I did. I very much enjoyed it. I like the look of it. I like the feel of it. I like the characters in it. I'm looking forward to this movie.
It'll work, I hope.
So stay tuned. That was just a review of the preview. Just wait till
The trailer.
Movie,
That's
the
just the trailer.
Just wait till the movie comes out because you'll be hearing from us shortly afterwards. So stay tuned.